Hello and welcome to another episode of It's News to Me. I'm your host, Andre.
And I'm your host, Bree.
And today, BATV has the scoop on your top world, national, and local news, including a teenager who got sentenced to prison for 1 year for shooting a squirrel.
In world news, Berlin police confiscated about 10 pounds of methamphetamine worth 675,000 euros and $735,000 and arrested 2 alleged dealers. After months of investigation, police raided the home of a 55-year-old German-Swiss man and a 48-year-old German-Czech man. Along with the methamphetamine, police found ecstasy and prescription drugs. Both men were arrested and were accused of selling the drugs around Europe. This was the biggest seizure of drugs in Berlin history.
In St. Petersburg, Russia, prosecutors say a court granted Yalesei Valdemarov, who claimed he killed the squirrel for self-defense, amnesty and sentenced him to 1 year in prison. Valdemarov shot the squirrel while in a city park on Yelagin Island last August. The defendant and his friends say the squirrel attacked him, but witnesses say otherwise.
Now let's head over to the park bench with Katie Drum.
Hi there, I'm Katie Drum, the Marketing and Sponsorship Coordinator over at the Batavia Park District, and welcome to the Park Bench. Summer is just flying by. Don't miss out on Summer Park District events and programs. The very last of our River Rhapsody concert series is coming up at the Riverwalk and is going out with a bang with Chicago's very own country supergroup, the Hillbilly Rockstars. Join us Wednesday, August 5th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. for the latest sounds of summer. It's a good time guarantee. And summer fun can't last forever, so take advantage of your time at Hall Quarry Beach before it ends. It's hard to believe, but the season is over on August 16th. Meanwhile, get in as much splash time as possible at our kid-tested, family-approved Hall Quarry Beach. It's the beach that Batavia built, after all. For more information about Hall Quarry Beach, call 630-406-5275. And it's in time for our big Park District yard sale, Friday and Saturday, August 21st and 22nd at the Batavia Boat Club. The Boat Club is located at 1 Logan Street, and one man's trash is another man's treasure. So definitely stop by the yard sale to see what treasures you can find and check out the recent upgrades to the Boat Club. And do you have any items you want to donate for the sale? Well, definitely contact us at 630-879-5235 for more information and donation drop-off times. All proceeds from the yard sale will go towards additional facility upgrades. And it's time for fall registration at the New Horizons Preschool. It is definitely underway. New Horizons Preschool is a proud program of the Batavia Park District. It's designed to provide an opportunity for social and emotional growth, as well as a beginning adjustment for a more formal school experience. The New Horizons school year runs from the day after Labor Day in September through the Friday before Memorial Day weekend in May. For more information about the New Horizon Preschool or how to register your child, please visit bataviaparks.org. Other than that, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next month for the Park Bench.
A taller launch tower at its long-range missile facility for a possible rocket launch this year. South Korea's Yonhap news agency reported that the new tower at Dongcheng-ri near the Chinese border stands 220 feet high. That is taller than the other structure that released an Unha-3 rocket test fire in 2012. The work on this structure began in 2013. The December 2012 launch of the 100-foot Unha-3 is believed to have successfully put a satellite into orbit. North Korea is attempting to develop an intercontinental ballistic missile as well as a miniature warhead to mount on a delivery vehicle.
A new poll shows trouble for Hillary Clinton in key swing states, with the Democratic candidate trailing potential Republican rivals in every matchup tested. The Quinnipiac University poll put Clinton head-to-head against Marco Rubio, Jeb Bush, and Scott Walker in Colorado, Iowa, and Virginia. In every contest, Clinton was trailing, or as Quinnipiac phrased it, on the wrong side of a too-close-to-call race. The voters in 3 states called Clinton untrustworthy. She trailed Rubio by 8 points in Colorado, 38 to 46%, Walker by 9 points, 38 to 47%. Then she trailed Bush by 6 points in Iowa, 36 to 42%, and Rubio by 8 points, 36 to 44%. Now we hear from Bill McGrath with the Municipal Minute.
Hi, I'm Bill McGrath, the City Administrator, and this is the Municipal Minute for our broadcast date of July 21st. As always, there's a lot of things happening in the city, especially during the summer. We've gotten notification from the railroad that the Laurel Street crossing was going to be completed this year. We hadn't heard from them for quite a while, but received a recent notice that they are going to do the project. As soon as we hear, we'll try and get some little signs up or post notices for the people in the affected area. A lot of people have been asking what's going on with the pedestrian activated crossings on Route 25 and Batavia Avenue. Right now, all the mechanisms are installed but covered with black plastic bags. Everybody's excited for them to be operational so that we can get across the street in a safer manner. The signals, those crossing signals, can't be put in operation until the street between them are crosshatched, and the crosshatching can't take place until the state paving, which is a separate project and contract, is done. There's been a lot of delay due to weather, and it's a pretty big project going from Geneva all the way to just short of Main Street here in town. So as we're sitting here today, it's a beautiful day. I see that there is some activity out on Batavia Avenue, so hopefully we'll have those operational very quickly, but I just can't tell you the date because it's a weather issue. But you'll see when they're operational by the flashing lights, and we ask everybody to please acknowledge those and slow down and wait for our residents, especially our children, to get across those roads. It's because of the rain, everything has been growing like crazy, and we see that a lot of people have taken the opportunity to trim a lot of unwanted bushes and brush out of their yards. The schedule for the rest of the summer is as follows. The west side will be picked up on the week of August 17th, the week of September 21st, the week of October 19th, and finally the week of November 30th after Thanksgiving. That's a citywide pickup. On the east side, the next pickup will be August 10th, September 14th, October 12th, and again the citywide pickup on November 30th. You're asked to have your brush out no sooner than the weekend before that week, but to have it out there on Monday by 7 o'clock because our contractor is pretty quick at going through with the grapple and getting it off the parkways. If you did put out your brush on time, but it was skipped for some reason, please call the Department of Public Works at 630-454-2000 and tell them before the end of that week so we can make sure the contractor can get over and pick it up. In addition to brush, there's a lot of landscape waste, and of course that just goes into ordinary craft paper bags. You can slap a sticker on it and put it out at your regular garbage day for it to be taken away. You know, one of the wonderful things about Batavia is that it's very supportive of people expressing themselves in different way. We have a lot of our children who have expressed themselves by going on to becoming state champions in football, going on to win all sorts of accolades in cross country, music, robotics, all different areas. It's really one of the wonderful things, as I say, about Batavia. On August 14th through the 16th, it's the time for self-expression by the visual arts and artists, and that is in the Art in Your Eye Festival, which is going on its 11th year. It'll take place down on the Riverwalk, even though there will be some construction going on Houston Street. We'll guarantee that you'll have a safe way to get onto the festival grounds. This year, as always, there'll be several fine artists showing their art. We'll have the usual children's activities, which the kids love to participate in. And carried over from last year is a beer tent and live music at night. I think the beer tent opens up in the afternoon and goes through the late evening when the music occurs. The festival is Friday through Sunday. The live music is on Friday night and Saturday night. You can go to the artinyoureye.com website to get further details, or to the Main Street website. Batavia Main Street has taken over implementation of the festival, though it still is sponsored by both Main Street and the City of Batavia. In addition to the fine art program, there's a City Hall exhibit, which is an opportunity for local artists who are not in the business of having the big tent and going and showing a lot of their art at different cities. This gives our local people an opportunity to show one or two of their pieces. It is a juried exhibit, so the quality is good, and it's nice and air-conditioned inside City Hall. When you're in there looking at that part of the exhibit, you'll get a chance to see the original painting, which is shown on this year's Art in Your Eye poster. That piece is by Ezra Siegel, who is another wonderful artist in the city of Batavia. And Ezra will not only have the piece you're looking at now, but he will be showing 2 or 3 of his other pieces. And you'll be able to get a signed copy of the poster that day during the show as well. You can obtain a poster now. If you're unable to go to the festival, you can buy a poster at City Hall or Batavia Main Street. One of the interesting things about Art in Your Eye is that the festival purchases a piece of art at a discounted but fair price from an artist, uses it for the poster, and then donates it to the city to establish the City Gallery. The City Gallery is currently on the 2nd floor of City Hall, and you're invited to come and bring your children and look at that gallery anytime during normal business hours from 8 to 5. There's approximately 20 pieces of art there at the moment. They include, as I said, all the original pieces that all the Art in Your Eye Festival posters have been based upon, as well as some fine art that's been donated to the city. So it's very interesting. A few minutes ago I mentioned Houston Street, and we're very glad to announce that the Houston Street Streetscape project is going to be again near the beginning of August. The bids were opened up last week and approved at the January 20th City Council meeting by the City Council. The complete bids came in at approximately $300,000 less than the engineer's estimate. It is a big project costing approximately $2.7 million, which will be funded by the downtown TIF district. As was pointed out at last night's City Council meeting, these are funds that can only be spent in the downtown and only for these kinds of economic development types of purposes, and really can't be used outside of the downtown. One discussion we had last night at the City Council was we were reminded of the issue of the flooding that we experienced in different parts of the city several weeks ago, and I wanted to just tell you that we are still working on that. We have some consultants on board. We have a survey that's currently out to all of our residents in the utility bills, so we can try and pinpoint areas where we're having some problems. We're sending the survey directly to the people that we heard from who had issues. And in fact, the Houston Street project kind of kicks off the beginning of trying to work with that sewer separation, which is a problem for the near west side. Because the Houston Street project includes some new sewer lines, that storm sewer lines, that'll be able to take the separated storm water and sewer and get it to the appropriate places. So we will be reporting back to the City Council in a few weeks as part of the budget process, because by no means are these projects small. There may be some large construction projects that may take several years that are part of it. There may be some expansion of the city's grant programs that we currently have, where we will match 50% of a homeowner's contribution towards putting in overhead sewers, which can really help with their sewer and stormwater issues. So it still is a very active issue for us, and we're going forward with it. And you can just read minutes of the City Council meetings or attend the COW or City Council meetings to hear updates. The street program for 2015 also came in under budget, which we're happy to say, and that will be starting in the next several weeks as well. One of the other beautiful things about Batavia is our architecture. We're lucky enough to have just great examples of architecture from the 1850s all the way through the 2000s. One of our one of the strongest assets we have is the housing stock of our older homes, because it provides housing for beginning families, for single people, and all kinds of people, especially in the older neighborhoods. Unfortunately, some of those houses need a lot of care, tender loving care. So we've begun a sector by sector examination of the different parts of town to make sure that houses are being taken care of and they're being complied with in terms of our codes. This is not only to keep these houses in good shape so we continue to have this beautiful housing stock, but it's also to recognize that a lot of people in town have been putting a lot of money into their homes, their yards and gardens, and it's not fair to them that those investments are not matched, or the neighborhood is doesn't look as beautiful as it could be because some people choose not to keep up their homes. So we're going, as I said, we're going to do this on a quadrant by quadrant basis, and this summer 2015 the quadrant that we're going to begin with is the northeast quadrant in town. And soon there will be several letters, many letters sent out to various homeowners, pointing out to them where we think there are code deficiencies and asking them to come in and talk with us or to remedy those. Our goal here is to get compliance. Our goal is not to exact any kinds of fines or punishments. However, to the extent that we're unable to gain voluntary code compliance, we do have an adjudication system here at City Hall where there can be a mechanism to require people to do that or else have a fine levied against them. So we're hoping to see some changes. There aren't that many in that part of town, but the ones that are there do stick out like a sore thumb, and we just ask for everybody's cooperation to protect our valuable housing stock. So that's all I have for this week's Municipal Minute, and have a good week until the next time we tape this. Thank you.
A Connecticut teen's video of his gun-firing drone prompts investigation by the FAA and police. 18-year-old Austin Howard of Clinton, Connecticut, violated its regulations, which prohibit the careless or reckless operation of a model aircraft. Howard's father claimed he worked on this drone with the help of a Central Connecticut State University professor. The video shows a handgun strapped onto the top of the drone as it fires at a wooded area. Howard also made news last year when he assaulted a woman after she confronted him about flying a drone at the beach. He claimed he was shooting pictures of the landscape when he was confronted.
4 people were killed in a home in Atlanta on July 22nd, including 2 children under the age of 10. Police determined it was a domestic-related incident. The shooter is among the dead, and officials say there is no threat to the public. Forsyth County Sheriff Dwayne Piper says an uninvolved family member called 911 at about 6 a.m. Wednesday, July 22nd to report the shooting. Deputies found 1 man and 2 children dead from gunshot wounds. Another man and woman were taken to the hospital for the same situation. The woman later passed away. All the victims lived at the home, but names have not been released. The motive has yet to be known.
Conservative anchor Tomi Lahren became an internet star after a passionate rant against Obama and his efforts to fight terrorism went viral. 22-year-old Tomi Lahren, host of One American News Network's On Point with Tomi Lahren, became a news anchor and host of a show right out of college. Lahren called Obama's anti-terrorism efforts halfway and half-baked. Lahren also referenced the fatal shooting of 4 U.S. Marines and 1 active-duty Navy reservist in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Lahren stated that these acts were definitely acts of terrorism. She stated, "Do I care that he seemed like an all-American young man? Do I care that he was good at mixed martial arts or a smart, quiet guy? Do I care that his high school friends would not classify him as overly religious? No, I don't give a flying you-know-what about any of that," she said.
Wow, now let's check it out with Michelle Martzel.
Hello, I'm Michelle Martzel, the Promotional Services Manager here at the Batavia Public Library. We have 9 more days of Summer Reading Club activities here at the library, including a Patron's Choice Awards Party on July 30th at 11 a.m. Children and their families are invited to walk the red carpet at the library and see which animated movies, songs, and characters won the Patron's Choice Contest. You can dress up as your favorite character or wear your fancy clothes. We'll have refreshments and activities as we announce the winners. Registration is not required for this family program. Summer Reading Club concludes Monday, August 3rd. Children, teens, and adults, please bring your reading logs and logbooks to the library by 9 p.m. on August 3rd to collect any rewards you've earned. In August, the library is offering 3 fine art programs in conjunction with Batavia's Art in Your Eye Fine Arts Festival, August 14th, 15th, and 16th. The first art program will be presented at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, August 5th, and is called Art in Your Mind. The presenter is Batavia artist Ezra Siegel. Siegel has won many awards for his paintings, and one of his paintings is featured on this year's Art in Your Eye poster. The second program will be presented on Monday, August 10th at 7 p.m. The presenter is Professor Mark Pollard from DePaul University. Dr. Pollard will discuss Abraham Lincoln's image in American art, including photographs, paintings, old and new, and sculpture. And speaking of sculpture, the third art program is about Illinois artist and teacher Laredo Taft. The program will be presented at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, August 25th. Art historian Jeff Misher will examine the many sculptures by Taft, which are located throughout Illinois and the country. Misher has presented here at the library many times, and everyone really enjoys his well-prepared and visually appealing lectures. Please register for any and all of these programs online or by calling the reference desk. I'm Michelle Martzell, and I hope to see you at the library.
In local news, Windmill City Fest was a huge success. The festival, which was held on July 9th through the 12th, brought many citizens for music, food, and fun.
There will be a chili cook-off this weekend. It is the 23rd Annual State Championship Chili Cook-Off on July 25th at 1 p.m. Concessions in the beer garden open at 1 p.m. and the chili tasting starts at 2.
Yes, now let's head over to Catherine Fitch for an update on the corn boil.
Hi, I'm Catherine Fitch, and I'm so excited to be the chair of the Corn Boil this year, which is going to be held on Friday, August 21st, from 5 until 7 p.m. As many of you are probably aware, it's a wonderful kickoff event for the high school and fall sports, as well as a wonderful community event in which you can get dinner, bring your kids, bring your grandkids, come on out and watch the various sports teams practicing as well as the dance and cheer teams. For the admission, the cost is $7 for adults, $6 for students, $4 for seniors, and for a family of 4, it's $25. And any additional family members, it's only $5. In addition to seeing all of these activities, we're going to have booths for the various sporting events, and they'll be selling spiritware possibly or dessert items for their own sports. We also will be having spiritware and spirit yard items being sold by the boosters that are available for purchase. Another huge draw is this is the perfect night for you to come and pick up your booster packet. Please become a booster member, and the way you can get all the details for the options available is on our website, which is www.bataviabulldogboosters.org. There you'll see the varying degrees of available memberships. The 2 best deals, though, are the Crimson and the Gold. The Crimson and the Gold give you 2 tickets to all football games, home events, not including playoffs, home football games, VIP parking, VIP seating, and 10 meals to within the VIP area from the concessions. The Gold for $75 more gets you into all sporting events that have concessions for the year. Again, a great deal. Go online at www.bataviabulldogboosters.org and check out the details and purchase it then, and then pick it up at our event. Another booth that I want to talk about that I'd love to have you stop by is the Hall of Honor. This is the inaugural year for the Batavia Hall of Honor, in which we are celebrating people within the community who are still with us and some that have passed that have contributed, whether they were educators, students, athletes, or members of the community. So please stop by the booth and get all the details, and you can get your tickets for the event, which is going to be held on homecoming weekend, Saturday, September 19th in the Batavia Fine Arts Center. So we look forward to having everybody come out. We also need volunteers. So feel free to email us at the Boosters, or you can email me at wrigley06@comcast.net if you are interested in helping out. The more hands, the easier the event will run, and the more fun everyone will be able to have. So looking forward to seeing you on Friday, August 21st from 5 to 7. Thanks so much.
2, 1.
Also on the 25th, Batavia is hosting Cocktails in the Park in downtown Batavia at Appleton Park, the Riverwalk behind the police station. This event is dedicated to showcasing Batavia's restaurants and a unique opportunity to discover downtown Batavia, all while raising funds for Batavia Main Street for revitalization efforts. Enjoy live music, drinks, appetizers, cigars, whiskey, desserts, champagne, and tasting decks.
Thanks for tuning in to yet another episode of It's News to Me. Most of our programming is viewable online at mybatv.com or on our YouTube channel under the username BATV1017. Be sure to like us on Facebook and sign up for the newsletter to stay up to date on the station's current happenings. Thanks again for watching, and I'm your host, Bree.
And I'm your host, Andre, and that's News to Me.
Hey, that's news to me.